In a world already teetering on disinformation overload, Donald Trump just dragged a centuries-old myth, a tech billionaire's business agenda, and a crucial international alliance into one of the most bizarre Oval Office confrontations in recent memory. What was supposed to be a diplomatic meeting turned into a conspiracy-fueled ambush, complete with dimmed lights and a propaganda video. The president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, was blindsided. The myth? A so-called white genocide of Afrikaner farmers. The instigator? Trump, cheered on by Elon Musk and his right-wing media allies. The purpose? It's more sinister and financially motivated than you think. This video unpacks a chaotic and politically calculated Oval Office ambush, one that reveals the disturbing pipeline between white nationalist propaganda, corporate lobbying, and U.S. foreign policy under Donald Trump. We'll examine how the white genocide myth took root in far-right circles, how Elon Musk has leveraged it to push for Starlink in South Africa, and why Trump keeps using false narratives to appeal to his base, often at the cost of international credibility and human dignity. Expect a breakdown of the origins and factual inaccuracies of the white genocide myth, how this myth was weaponized in the Oval Office against President Ramaphosa, Elon Musk's financial and political incentives, and the broader implications for U.S. diplomacy and race relations. Claim white South African farmers are being systematically exterminated due to racially motivated attacks. Fact, no credible evidence supports this. According to a grift, South Africa's main commercial farmers union, farm murders have declined significantly over the past 2 decades. In 2022, there were 49 murders on farms, not exclusively targeting white farmers, in a country of 60 million people. South Africa's own courts, including a 2023 decision by the Pretoria High Court, have declared the white genocide claim as baseless and harmful misinformation. Crucially, violent crime affects all South Africans, particularly the black poor. Over 21,000 murders were recorded nationally in 2023. The violence is systemic, not targeted. Before we dive deeper, if you're into this kind of breakdown, give the video a like, subscribe for more, and let me know your opinion in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Now, on with the video. So, what happened during this supposed diplomatic meeting? Well, it took quite an unexpected turn when Trump abruptly derailed the conversation with President Ramaphosa. He brought up the controversial white genocide myth and, quite insistently, demanded that proof be shown on screen. To add a dramatic touch, he dimmed the lights in the Oval Office and played a cherry-picked video. This video was filled with years-old comments from fringe figures, setting quite a tense atmosphere. In the midst of President Ramaphosa's explanation, Trump interrupted with a bold statement. "We have thousands of stories, documentaries, turn the lights down." It was a moment that left everyone in the room a bit taken aback. Now let's delve into the motive behind these actions. Enter Elon Musk, who has donated over $250 million to Trump's 2024 campaign. Musk has repeatedly tweeted about the so-called white genocide in South Africa, and has had clashes with South African regulators over Starlink, his satellite internet company. These connections certainly add layers to the unfolding narrative. To operate Starlink in South Africa, Musk would need to comply with black economic empowerment laws, requiring equity partnerships with black South Africans. Musk refused. South Africa said no license without B compliance. So what changed? Trump elevated the white genocide narrative, creating pressure for U.S. intervention under the guise of human rights. This could allow Musk to skirt B laws using U.S. foreign aid or diplomatic cover. And on cue, billionaire Johan Rupert, one of the largest landowners in South Africa and a longtime Trump golf buddy, made a direct plea in the Oval Office. "We need Starlink. At every little police station. We need drones." That's not diplomacy. That's a corporate pitch wrapped in racial panic. This isn't new. Back in 2018, Trump tweeted that he had ordered then Secretary of State Mike Pompeo to investigate South African farm seizures after watching a Tucker Carlson segment that misrepresented a land reform proposal. Land reform aimed at redressing apartheid-era land theft, misreported as land seizures from whites. Carlson and other far-right voices exaggerate the issue, white genocide. Trump picks it up on Twitter. Musk amplifies it again in 2024 to 2025 amid business struggles, and now in 2025 we see the myth evolve into Oval Office policy. This farce serves three Trump goals: red meat for the base. The white Christian victim narrative plays well among extremist voters. Distraction from domestic crises, Medicaid cuts, inflation and court rulings against Trump barely make headlines when he manufactures drama abroad. Favors for donors, Musk gets visibility and political leverage over South Africa. Former U.S. Ambassador to South Africa, Patrick Gaspar, called it what it is: a grift. A dangerous one. It sends a message that the Oval Office is for sale, and foreign policy can be weaponized for personal and political gain. Trump's bizarre show, well, it harms more than just his reputation. It undermines America's credibility abroad, especially in places like sub-Saharan Africa. And let's not forget South Africa's racial reconciliation, which remains quite fragile after apartheid. Plus, it erodes public trust at home as disinformation becomes, unfortunately, state policy. It also emboldens white nationalist groups, some of which have cited the South Africa myth as inspiration for violence. This includes individuals like the Charleston church shooter, Dylan Roof, and the 2019 El Paso shooter, who referenced the replacement ideology. This wasn't just another Trump gaffe. No, it was a moment of calculated chaos, built on lies, funded by billionaires, and weaponized against a sovereign democracy. The so-called white genocide myth is not only false, it's dangerous. And now, it's being used as justification for U.S. foreign policy decisions and corporate lobbying efforts. America is not just playing with matches, it's lighting fires in the global south for clicks, votes, and contracts. And the Oval Office, once a place of solemn statecraft, is being turned into a conspiracy theater. We must ask, at what cost? Share this video to expose the truth behind the disinformation pipeline between Trump, Musk, and the far-right media machine. Thanks for watching.